Sexy motherfucker. Come and get it.
Welcome to everybody in the chat. I hope everyone's doing well. This is the second show for the Mr. TMT show, and I'm hoping you're all relaxed, ready to rock and roll, starting your day, ending your day, having a coffee. I am having a scotch, as I always do. Today, the drink of the day is Shivers. So I'm drinking Shivers for today, this evening. So in saying that, let's get this show on the road. As you saw, the title is, which is the next Rolex replacement tool watch king? We'll see what everyone has to say about that, what they think. So we'll keep going. We'll get it. We'll get it right. Let's get the show on the road and let's make this happen. Let's introduce my guests that I have on the panel, and let's get it going. All right. First one that we have for today is, let's get this right. We have Timely Behavior, my man. How you going?
Good, mate. Yeah.
Good. Hope you're doing well, brother. How's things? You been good?
Yeah, trying to behave.
You're looking nice and relaxed. You got your hat on, ready to rock and roll. Are you having a drink tonight?
We have to be. No, nothing to drink tonight. I have to try and work your cameras and all this stuff because of
behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, because we want to try and get it right.
Yeah. Of course. All right, let's go with the next one. We have Respectably Late. How's it going, mates? What's going on?
It's great when I'm not late, so that's one thing.
Well, the good thing is you're not respectably late. You're actually on time, so it's great.
I know. Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have, who have we got next? We got listen, this guy is very special to me. I've been friends with him since I've started streaming. He's a friggin' legend. I have all the trust in the world with this guy. He's... Well, I can't say enough nice things about him. For me, he's number one anyway, and he's sexy as hell. That's all I got to say. And he is the one and only Captain.
Ooh.
Sorry, wrong button.
The wrong button.
Wrong button. I got to get that right.
I take no responsibility. I'm not in control of that.
Sorry about that, Cap. How are you, Cap? How's things, mate?
Things are great, man. Those are too kind, but I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I love you back, brother. Man. I love this panel, and I'm glad to be with my Aussie brothers, and representing the good old
USA.
North America here, USA, with my coffee. So I have the coffee. This time I have the coffee. You guys have the scotch.
Yeah, that's right. It's the other way around now.
You have coffee.
Yes, coffee. All right, let's keep going because we're going to bore everyone to death if we don't.
True. You're right.
The next guy, I've met him on the group that I'm with, Aussie Watch Boys. He's a really nice guy. He's one of the nicest guys I've met as well. He's made me welcome as well, and his name is Sands of Time. Thank you for joining us, my man. Thank you very much. Oops, sorry, wrong one again. I'll get it right. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I hold no responsibility for that.
Yes. Yeah. It's all your fault. Why are you pressing the wrong button for? You're setting me up here. Anyway, Sands of Time, how are you, my man?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mr.
Hey,
TNT?
you got the camera going. Look, you got all the sexiness happening. I like it.
Right on time. Right on time for this live stream.
Beautiful. And I've got a dear friend of mine as well that I've been friends with for a while now. He's a very special guy. He's very caring and honorable guy, and I love him to death. He's always showed me so much support, and I can't thank him enough. And his name is Sasquatch. Thank you very much for joining us, Sasquatch. Thank you. Love you, brother. How are you today, my man?
I'm fat and sassy, man. I
Awesome.
shuffled my meeting schedule so I could be here for you. I was really happy with your first show. I'm happy to see you on the air. I love your setup, man. I love the new chair.
Thank you. Yes, I got the new chair. Look, Superman. Got it yesterday, just in time for the next show. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thank you very much for that, timely. Really appreciate it. Thank you for that. Really appreciate you coming on and making time for me. It means a lot. It really does. And our next friend, he's another guy from the Ozwash Boys, and I've met him recently too. These guys, I'm still getting to know them. I speak to them every now and then, but his name is Almost On Time. So here we go. Thank you for joining us, my man.
How are you, fellas?
Good on, mate.
How you going? Everything go? Everything doing well?
Yes, mate. Everything's going good. Can you hear me all right? I'm not sure if this works properly. So.
Hey, don't worry. But if you sound like shit, doesn't matter, man. It's your first time on.
That's
You can get
okay.
away with anything when you first time come on.
Beautiful. Good to hear.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can sound like dog shit. It's all good. No worries. This is a guy that you guys met before. He's a funny bastard. He's always got no pants on. I don't know if he's got pants on today. I haven't spoken to him yet. But hopefully he has, because I don't want him to stand up and scare everyone. So his name is Timex. Thank you for joining us again, Timex. Thank you very much, my man. Wow. Full-started star group of guys have just joined us tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. I really do appreciate you joining us. All I've got to say is thank you to everyone in the chat. We've got a few people in the chat, which is great. There's a few of us. There's a few guys. There's Kevin. We got Design Atelier. He's a legend from Aruba. Thank you for joining us, my man. We got Shot in the Dark, another good friend of mine. You know what? We got Danger Will Robinson. I haven't thanked him enough. He's the one that does my intros, and he's a legend. And thank you very much for doing my intros for me. You spent a lot of time, and I can't really thank you enough. Thank you so much. And we've got who have we got next? We've got AMG, my man. How you going? You're another Aussie fellow, a friend of mine that I met when I first started streaming on the other show, Mr. Two's Place. Thank you very much for joining us, my man. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We've also got where are we going now? We're up to now.
Mr.
Oh, mate, Watcher 63. Yes. How you, my man? I'm missing a few. Thank you very much. How you going, my man? Thank you for joining us again. No, Marcelo. Huh? What?
Carry on.
Fuck you.
I know what that was.
Anyway. So, and then we got, what else who have we got? Have I missed any? What have I missed? AMG, we've said AMG, yes.
You've hit all the high notes there, man. Let's get it going.
All right, let's get this show on the road. Enough of waiting. We've worked in everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you. I've held it up enough. We've already gone into 8 minutes, so I wasted enough of everyone's time. I'm a bit nervous, I'm sweating buckets here. It's hot as hell. So. Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, tonight's subject is what watches do you guys think are worthy to replace Rolex as the next tool watch? So what do you guys think, as in where should we go? Have you got any suggestions? What I've got? We'll start off with Timely and see what he thinks, and we'll go from there. Timely, what do you think, brother?
All right, so for me, I've got an opinion on it. I think it's Tudor. Or Tudor. So if you look at Rolex, you look at their range right now, it's basically being mimicked by their little brother. Black Bay is the sub. You've got the Pepsi, the Root Beer. You've got the Ranger as Explorer 1. You've got the Black Bay 36 as the OP in a way. The pricing, obviously, it's a lot lower than Rolex, so you're not going to be too worried about scratching it, I guess. It would be that tool watch now that you would use. So if you wanted to go diving or you wanted to do something like that, I guess you would grab a Pelagos or a Black Bay, because anything in the Rolex range now is just crazy priced. Even in just stainless, it's crazy priced. So you wouldn't want to risk scratching it. So for me, if you look at what Rolex has to offer, You're right there. You keep.
Jonathan.
I'm not doing shit, man. I'm just sitting here. I'm not doing nothing. I just listen. I just have to quickly. We've got the clown of the group, Jonathan. How you going, my man?
I'm
How's
doing
things?
good. How are you guys? Oh, maxi panel with a lot of superstars. First, the one and only Squash Box. Hello, good to see
What's
you,
up, Jonathan?
and the
How you
captain,
doing?
of course. Not to forget
Hey.
the other guys. Good to see you.
Jonathan, good to see you, man.
We have got I'm very honored that I've got the boys on today. They woke up extra early to jump on, and I do really appreciate it. Thank you very much, boys. I know you enjoy your sleep, and I'm sorry for interrupting it, but thank you very much for jumping on. It does mean a lot. So yeah, continue on without getting fucking dizzy with Jonathan. I'm gonna have to kick him. I'm gonna kick him. I'm telling you.
Is he doing
That's not
that?
easy.
Stop that.
He's doing it all. Jonathan's doing it.
Hey,
I'm
I
doing
have my
shit.
hands up.
This guy's
I have
fucking
my
running
hands up.
amok.
Hey, I have my hands up.
Okay.
Doing nothing.
Yeah, you got your hands up. Where? You got them on your dick or something? Seriously? How are we going to see you got your hands up? You
No,
serious?
no.
Hands up. Hands up. Look.
Hands up.
Uh-oh.
I'll give you
We
hands up.
can't see you
And
any hands.
Really?
You can't see
Yep.
him.
My hands are up. My hands are up.
Sure they are.
We can't
Sure.
tell.
All right, let's keep going because this guy's a
They're-
freaking clown.
They're up
But
with
But I
it.
do
It's in the
agree with you
Matrix.
there. I do definitely
Put your
agree
hands
with
up.
you. Timely.
Yes.
Uh,
So
Let's have a look at these. Look at these watches. What have we got here? These are the new Pro. Is that right?
He's a newbie.
Yeah.
Yep.
But even you've got the new root beer as well. Yeah, they're trying to go to the very similar to the new Rolex one in the way of color range on the bezel and that. But they're trying to harp back to the old days with the with the yellow gold as well. So look, in
Hey,
my
we got
opinion,
Marco in the house. Hey,
my
Marco, how you
opinion,
going, brother? Thank you for joining us.
the Tudor range is well priced to be used as a tool watch, has the reliability of its bigger brother, and has the same range and like style of them as well. So for me, I would have to go with the Tudor.
Okay, sweet. And while you're there, can you actually? I can't add you, can I? I wanted to make you bigger so you can show. Oh, there we go. All right, show us your watch. What do you got on today?
So today it's a Black Bay 41. on both.
Beautiful. That's your new one you got last week. Is that correct?
Yeah, on Thursday.
It looks sexy on the NATO when you showed it just the other day. It was beautiful,
Yeah.
man.
Timely,
I had it
Timely,
on. I had it on.
can you tell us
the,
how thick the normal Black Bay is in millimeters?
as in this one, like the 41?
Yes. Mhm.
So it's just under 15 millimeters thick.
So it's the
It's
same thickness, just like the Black Bay Pro, basically.
Pretty
Just
much.
out of
Because the
curiosity,
Black-
does it matter how thick it is?
Yes,
I think
because
it's 40.
you've been moaning like a
40
bitch
points,
on the last stream that the Black Bay Pro is too thick.
Yes, but there is a problem with that.
I know that it's smaller.
Yes, it's short and stumpy.
You should know
it's a
how it feels when
hefty-
it's smaller.
Yes, that's why I've got a problem with it
on the
because I know how it
bracelet.
feels. Sorry, Tony.
So yeah, it's a big girl. Let's be honest, right? When you
Yeah,
look
but
at it
that's
with
a 41, so it's
round side,
the thickness is not
it's
too bad.
Too bad.
Yeah.
But when you look at it on the other side, it's sort of like the side of a refrigerator.
Yeah, I agree.
But generally,
That's a pretty
generally
good.
you're looking at it that way, so it's not too bad.
Well, I agree with you there because I'm wearing actually. I'll show mine as well while I'm here. What have I got?
What about the watch?
Oh, there you go. There we go. I'll show you
I'll
mine.
do it for you. It's all right.
Thank you, man. You do it because I suck shit at this. I'm so fucking nervous. It's not funny.
I know that. Ooh. That's
Nice.
your blue bezel.
Yeah, I got the blue bezel one. That's the one I wear to work. It's my beater. I'm wearing it today. We're talking about workhorses, and that's my workhorse. I wear it to work every day, and I love it. Can't go wrong. So it's beautiful. Okay, next. All right, Nick. That's your opinion. Who would want to go? Sasquatch. What would you like? What would you think is a perfect workhorse for you, my man?
So Obviously it's going to be subjective, right? I wouldn't say Tudor because I think if I'm going that far down the price range, I'm not going to go for the Rolex Lite, right? If we're saying that Rolex is the, current tool watch king,
Yeah.
I would go further down if I was going to get a Tudor anyway. I'd look like at a Bell and Ross or a Ball, to be honest with you. I think they make some
Fair enough.
really interesting, beautiful, high quality tool watches, open case backs. I like the bracelets better on them than I like the Tudor bracelets. I wouldn't be afraid of scratching or anything like that. If I was going to say the Tudor price point, I think Omega's missed the boat. But I think Breitling at that price point is doing some really interesting watches. I think Breitling is making a much improved play. So if I was going to say, right, at the Tudor price point, I think I would rather go for Breitling as a tool watch, and I think Breitling has market presence, good marketing, good market share, and growing. But yeah,
I agree with you. Breitling. I'm not going to get into Breitling too much because I know there's somebody in the panel that wants to talk about Breitling, but I agree with you.
Yeah, so that's
Definitely
where I'm
do.
at. Tudor's not the one. Tudor's not the one I'm looking at in these cases.
Well, the only reason why I say Tudor is because I'm actually using a Tudor for my workhorse instead of my Rolex.
Excellent.
So that's why
watches,
for
right?
me.
I'm not knocking, they're not bad watches. I just don't know if I look at them as a better value proposition than the, Breitling, or, again, for half the price of a Tudor, unless a Bell & Ross or a Ball as a tool watch.
Fair enough.
Marco brought one up. Zin's a good option too, but
Zin is, yes.
Zin is one that's just damn near impossible to find in the States. There's only one main distributor, and they're kind of actually tried to get at Zin through them, and they weren't like the friendliest people in the world. And I've got that.
They pretty much booted you out. What do you got on? Hang on. Let's put you on the big screen there.
I got the Reservoir today.
Right. Beautiful. How you enjoying it?
Oh, I love it. I still love this watch. It's a fantastic watch. It's fun.
It's a beautiful looking watch. It's a very clean dial. I do like it.
Yeah, that design is nice for me. So, but that's my take, man.
Mr. GMT, 30 dials is just a quality issue.
Sorry?
Dirty dials are only a quality issue. You said,
or they're by design if you're the latest Patek releases.
Shots fired.
Okay, we got let's go down the next guy on the list. We got Timex. Let's go. What would you think? What have you got in mind for?
I'm playing the tunnel speed at the moment.
Okay, no worries. Well, let's go to Cap. Cap, let's do this.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I might be awake by my second cup of coffee. This is coffee number 1. You guys are stealing all the leads. They're stealing all my thunder.
All right, let's go. Let's have a look at this. Hang on, let's put him up. Bring him up.
So for the morning, just relaxed. I got the Breitling.
What'd you do?
Pulling me up.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you, Mr.
Little Endurance Pro. Comes in a lot of colorways. I went with the.
It's gorgeous, man. I always told you I loved it.
Canary yellow.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, super.
Looks as sexy as you do. You know that, right?
Yeah. I don't know about that. It looks much sexier, but I got the super quartz and the bright light material, so it's light, durable. It's a tool watch, but it's not mechanical. It's quartz, so let's rule that out. Obviously Tudor is a great choice, I think, as well, but they are thick, and I guess we could have a discussion about that. I like them. With the panel. Exactly. Yeah, I know you like it, but your wrist doesn't after wearing it all day. No. But they're certainly sturdy, and except for the 58, because I have the 58 and I have the GMT, and they couldn't be more different in terms of the thickness of those two watches, right? For obvious reasons. The GMT's got the GMT function, and the movement obviously takes up more space. I think it's 200-meter water resistance in that one too. So that's a really good tool watch. I think they both are. But if we're going to move off Tudor, I have one I'll throw out there. Oris for a tool watch, the Oris Aquis. So I had the Oris Diver 65, which I believe was an Etta movement. But the Aquis is a better movement. I believe it's in-house. And I think some of we know some folks that might have that watch. That's a beautiful watch, very good tool watch, diver's watch, all purpose. And, you know, I like the brand. So I'll put them out there as well. And Zinn, yeah, I never saw Zinn's in really the wild, but I think that's a good choice as well.
And Oris punches above their weight for their finishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like that. And the Oris Bear is cool.
Very nice choice.
To show, if you want to show one up.
Yep, of course. Where are you?
As long as I can.
We got the Viagra.
Yeah, I'm selling Viagra. Do you want some? Do you need some?
You got the sponsorship?
Yeah, I got the sponsorship.
Solvo with a
the only problem is I can't stand up.
Okay.
How do you get people out of your restaurant after you give them that?
Well, the thing is, I don't let them know that I've got that. That's the only problem. I have it, but I don't know that I have it, if you know what I mean. I sell it to them, but I don't know that I actually have it myself. I don't tell them I sample my own product. Just thought I'd put it out there.
It's a pretty watch, man. It's a pretty watch.
That's the watch right there? Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah, the Aquis.
Yeah, that's the Aquis. They have different colorways too. I think they have a green.
Oh, they have like a ridiculously diverse palette of colors.
Mm-hmm. And palette
cool,
is
cool.
That's the good word.
Cool.
Yeah, but the question is though, are these guys going to be replacing Rolex as the next tool watch?
Yes, that is a good question. I don't think they will.
Let's be honest, right?
They're all great tool watches that are coming up, but are they going to take that place?
But yeah, let's be honest, right? So nobody is in the upcoming 5 to 10 years, right? This is all extremely speculative because even the biggest brands we're talking about, right? If you throw out the Breitlings, the Panerais, the Omegas, and stuff like that, from a market perspective, they are so far behind. Rolex would have to, I don't know, like diddle kids to lose that much market that fast.
In all seriousness, can you even call a Rolex a tool watch anymore? I mean, they price themselves way out of that bracket.
No,
but you can't call them a tool watch. It's just, do you use it as a tool watch is another story.
They don't price themselves; the market prices them.
Well,
I've got a quick question for you guys because as the Aussie guys here know, I'm new to this, so I'm trying to get my head around what your class as a tool watch. Okay, because like me, my background, I'm a welder. I drive forklifts for a living. A tool watch for me is a G-Shock. That's a tool watch for me because I wear it to work. I beat it around. There's no way on this God's earth that I'd be wearing a Rolex while I'm welding pipe and driving a forklift. So what exactly do you specify a tool watch?
So, but that's an issue of a tool watch is a watch that can be beat around and used in those conditions, right? So the ultimate like tool watch from that perspective is almost in all cases a G-Shock. It's hard to beat the G-Shock. There are a couple other ones, you know, that they're out there in that space. However, there's nothing else in the price point, and I'm not a Rolex guy, right? Mm-hmm. I bought one Rolex. Everybody else had a ton of Rolex in the collection. I don't like Rolex, so I say this begrudgingly. I'm not afraid to do anything with Rolex, right? I'm not afraid to do anything with a Rolex. Whereas my Royal Oak, you know, Grand Seiko that I had, I did sell the one Grand Seiko I had. I'm afraid to do stuff with them. I'm afraid to beat them around if they get beaten around. So in that sense, it's very hard to point to another watch in that price tier that people beat to hell. And I'm glad. So you're a tradesman, right? And our friend JJ is probably still asleep, but Gentleman's Hangout, right? He brought this up and he said, you know, why Rolex? What defines Rolex? And he put it the best way I've heard it to date. He said, if you have been working with your hands your whole life, you're a restaurateur, you're a machinist, he worked in elevators and he was an entrepreneur. He opened health food shop, pizzerias, stuff like that. The watch you get when you made it is a Rolex, and then you can wear it to work every day without fear. And he's right. You're working in elevator shops, you're working in a pizzeria. So Rolex is a tool watch in that sense. Right.
Yes,
now,
it is.
To give you another example, right?
For the function of it would be, because it's so durable, it's classed as a tool watch. But then it comes to price, that puts it way out of the market of a tool watch because of the pricing.
Well, but
look
at pickup trucks, right? You can get a pickup truck. I just got a new Toyota Tundra, right? Mm-hmm. My Tundra, because of supply chain issues, it's a platinum edition. I have the boats, I have the jet ski, stuff like that. I tow with it, I get it dirty. It's a $71,000 US truck, right? It doesn't do any more in terms of the towing or working than a fleet vehicle at $23,000, $27,000. But that's the same price proportions we're talking about here. It's still a completely functional truck. Now, I don't want to ding it up. Like if I rub up against a cement wall, I'm going to be pretty pissed. Right. We make those decisions in our life all the time. GMT is sitting on as far as the market's concerned, a fairly expensive chair.
Yeah.
Right. We make those decisions all the time. And I think Rolex is no different.
Oh, look, I totally agree with what you're saying. But what I'm sort of, as I'm said, because I'm new to it, I'm getting my head around it. To me, a tool watch is a beater. And as much as I want to go and get the higher end truck, and I'd love to have it and do everything that you do with it, but I still wouldn't be using that out in the yard and doing all my workhorse stuff. That'd be me going camping and doing that sort of stuff. So
you can't have it both ways. You can't have Rolex being a luxury watch and the ultimate tool watch. Sorry, oxymoron, doesn't work. It can't be both.
I understand. When Rolex years ago.
I was going to say it depends on what what level of what level of funds you have. So say if you're mega loaded, wearing a Rolex is not a problem. It's just like me wearing a Tudor, It's just what levels of lifestyle you have and what you're happy to wear, but that doesn't really affect you in that way. So a Rolex, yes, it is to certain people. Might be not the majority, but it certainly is to certain people. And and when everyone knows, no one can argue the point that Rolex is an awesome tool watch. You can wear it, you can knock it around, you don't have to worry about it. It's great. It just depends on what bracket of finances you have.
Go and drop your Rolex in a vat of oil and see how you go.
I think the Rolex.
I agree with
you can't.
The Rolex, because of the how long it's been around and it has had to be so durable to last this long and have such a reputation. It's like the Toyota Hilux over here. It's living on reputation. It's no longer as good as it used to be. Rolex is still that good, but now it's gone into luxury. Unless you've got the funds for it, it's not a beater. It's a luxury watch.
There's no question about it, right? But let's, you're right.
There is a question. I disagree with you, Ali.
Well, no, Jonathan, hold on. Let me finish this. It's not a beater, right?
Oh, we got to get this in here.
It can be a beater. That's the thing, is that you can't take its definition away. Like, even you just said the vat of oil, right? I wear my G-Shocks because I'm not afraid to ding them up and they last through anything. If I throw my G-Shock in a vat of oil, it's melting. Right? I will say comfortably, I would not be afraid of putting, if the Rolex fell in a vat of oil, I feel comfortable that, if I could get my hand in there and pull it out, it will probably be okay. They are that structurally durable. And I don't like the brand. I bloody hate what has happened in the brand.
But that's what I mean. I'm not saying it's not durable and it's not got the strength and everything else. Yeah. But it's a mindset of what a tool watch or a beater is, and to me that's a luxury watch, no matter how solid and how capable it is of lasting through everything. I wouldn't want to put it through that. I would gladly
Jonathan's about to burst through the screen. I got to hear this. I'm sorry.
No.
I got to hear what he's going to say.
There's no way I'd be out shoveling shit with a Rolex on, and I've got a G-Shock in there. Why would you do that? The money you pay for a Rolex, you don't go shoveling shit.
I'll tell you why. This is a very philosophical discussion, in my opinion, and Kevin put it pretty good here. He said it also depends what price level you're comfy with. Yeah. So, guys, our time here on planet Earth is limited, and we spend most of the time working, earning money, most of our lifetime. So, if you can afford a Rolex, why not wearing the bloody thing the most time of your life? Why putting it away and basically reduce the time that you enjoy a piece that you paid a lot of money for, that you really enjoy in your in the bottom of your heart, just because somebody says, "Oh, it was luxury," or it was so expensive? Enjoy the bloody thing.
Then you're going to have to define the parameters. You're going to have to define the parameters of the question a little bit better. Because if you're going to talk the general public, like the majority of people can't afford a Rolex. They're never going to. They're busy buying a house and raising kids and all that sort of thing.
We're talking about the people that can.
If you can't afford a Rolex, then a Rolex is not a tool watch for you.
What's that?
We were talking about a tool watch that would be a replacement for Rolex. We didn't talk about prices or affordability.
It would have to come down to affordability for that to be even a question, because me at the present moment, there's no way I could afford a Rolex. So it's not even an option for me. So, at the moment, these guys are talking about Tudor. If for me, I'd have to think, okay, yeah, I've really got to work to get a Tudor, because that's where I'm at the moment. Like, I'm spending, the dearest watch that I've got is $1,500 to $2,000. And that's my luxury watch, because that's what I can afford.
It is a luxury watch. Make no mistake about it. At that price point, it's a luxury watch.
Well, that's because that's all I can afford as well. Like as I said to you guys, I'm new. Mine is top heavy Invicta, because I just loved the chunky watches when I started, and my tastes are changing. I still like my Invictas, but I also like other stuff now, which is more pricey. I find I get more enjoyment out of it. But I still could never afford a Rolex. So my
What's
beater
your next
is my
option? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, my next option, I'd probably go to the either Omega or also a Tudor. That's what I'd be looking at.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
I love Omegas. I love those brands, man. There's nothing wrong with them, right?
Yeah. We haven't mentioned Seiko though. What about the SKX? Yep. I mean, again, I think Turtle Knight made a great point about you have to have price points for tool watches and beaters, right? Because if we're talking a tool watch for like what do tools wear, not in the, digging a ditch or anything. Now you're at the Richard Milles and you're at the other end of the spectrum. So, are we talking about what's a tool watch? Like you're a tool, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's a different conversation. But anyway,
listen,
the SKX
wear tool watches.
The SKX, putting aside quartz watches, is also a tool watch or a beater, right?
And a fantastic one at that.
And a fantastic one at that price point. So there's like aspirational watches and Rolex, like the Submariner. That's what really we're talking about. If you're talking about tool watches, is an excellent tool watch. It's just expensive.
Yeah, that's right. It's a really good tool watch. Look, I know this might sound a little bit ludicrous, or crazy, but I've worn my, I've done things in the yard and I've worn my Kermit because I wanted to wear it. I had it on for the day. I wasn't going to take it off and change into my Tudor. So I said, fuck it, I just wear it. And I wore it for the whole day and I did things around the yard and I just did it. I didn't care. Like right? Jonathan said, I just wore it because I wanted to wear it.
No safe queens. Wear your watches. Right, wear them. They're not because when they're shiny and you go to your grave, there's no benefit.
No. If you can afford it, you go for it. But I think that the conversation had to be defined a little bit better because, like the captain said, if you're looking at, forget the price points, looking at tool watches themselves as what a tool watch is defined as, Seiko's right up there because, they're affordable. There's a multitude of designs and patterns. You can get a dive watch. That's a tool. You can get a field watch, a Flieger, all those sort of things from Seiko.
Well, in saying that, yes, I still got my turtle. I still love it. Don't get me wrong. It's probably
I've got mine.
Yeah, it's more comfortable than I got to admit than my Tudor that I'm wearing right now. But I've had to take it in since it was new, and I've stopped wearing it now. I had to send it in for warranty twice. I don't know why, but just twice I had to send it in. It stopped working. Once it was going way too fast. The second time it just stopped working. Full stop. So
well, mate, I've got mine from 1978, and it's never missed a beat.
See, I must have got a dud. So in any case,
have been hit miss too. I've had most of my Seikos have just workhorses, but I got one of the special edition, the Penguin footprint one, right? I forget what it's called, that particular special edition, and it was cockeyed, and it was losing like 30 seconds a day. But all my other Seikos to date have been, solid.
Yeah, and again, look, if you're going to talk quality control, there's no denying that Rolex has probably the best quality control system put in place. But then again, for the money you're fucking paying for it, you'd expect that. Now, with Seiko, you're paying a lot less fucking money, and you're still getting a very good quality piece.
Yeah, but listen, I bought mine, and it was not even a couple of years old. I still paid about $800 for it, which is Australian dollars, mind you. The fake dollars, and not the real dollars, right? That everyone says. But, and I had problems with it. But still, $800 for me is still a substantial amount of money to have problems with it. Doesn't matter what it is, if it's thousands or 800.
That's true. That's true. But like I said, it always seems to come back to this pricing shit. Pisses me off, but that's just me.
Well, the good thing is you got your voice back, so you can tell us.
Oh, mate, it's killing me. Trust me. I got a wisdom tooth coming through, and it's cutting my throat every time I talk. So
another oxymoron.
This is that's right. The wisdom, yeah.
Would you like something not comfortable to put in there to make it feel better?
Oh, mate, if you're offering, I promise I won't bite. I'll just chew gently.
So GMT, may I ask then? Right. So Sans hasn't chimed in. Respectively, it's when we chime in. Can we go through the rest of the list of what their tool watches are? Because I want to hear this, right?
Yeah. All right. Let's go to respectively late. What do you think? What do you think is an awesome tool watch that can replace Rolex for you?
And you've had plenty of time to think about it. Let's be honest.
You should show your
have
flame
had plenty of time, and I've lined them all up here on the desk beside me because everything that everyone's talked about, I already own. So it is a type of watch that I do like. And we discussed before the show the definition of a tool watch. I watched lots of videos about it. And a tool watch is a watch designed for a specific function. It isn't a beater. And this is where we've got a little bit off track. Sometimes it's termed a beater, but it definitely isn't a beater. It's a watch designed for a specific task. So if it's a dive watch, it's designed to go on the water. If it's a field watch, it's designed to be adventurous and be very visible. And so many other watches that we're talking about. So these watches we're talking about can be offered at every price point, from 500, 1,000 to 5, 10, 15, 20. I agree with everything everyone has said. And depending on your budget is depending on what is the best tool watch for you. Now, if a watch is going to replace Rolex as a tool watch, it can be a $100, $200 G-Shock, because that's what you can afford, and it will be your tool watch and offer so many things it can do. And I've been watching the chat as well, and everyone agrees that a G-Shock is the ultimate tool watch because it does so many things. So we talked Breitling. I love it, and I have it. We talked Oris Aquis.
Do you love it?
I do.
You must
SKX.
just like that one.
Yeah, it didn't say much.
Why?
Because you didn't say
You
much.
go,
You mustn't
I
like
love
it that
it.
much.
No, I'm just talking about the one I'm currently wearing is the Zin 104. I don't wear it a lot because it's on a brown leather and it often clashes with my outfits. But it's.
Are you going to get it off or what?
I'll get it off. Don't you worry.
What, the watch or
Hey, you going to take it off?
Stand back.
Hey, right.
So-
Nice.
Listen,
have a
we've
quick
already
question
done-
for you, mate.
We've already done the Kelvin 200 watch show on Brian's, yes?
Yeah, but I like the way he's rattling each one off. This is perfect.
It
Keep
just
going.
means that we're covering bases at different price point. Yes, almost always late. Yes, you had a question, Ray.
Yeah, like as you said with the difference between tool watch and beta. So tool watch is actually one specifically designed to do a purpose. Now you're asking what's going to replace the Rolex, then you have to specify what the purpose is, because is it an all-rounder? Is it a dive watch? What's being changed? What's being replaced as a tool watch?
No, okay. And it's a great question. If Rolex was designed to be the tool watch king, and it has been for so many years, it's because their watches were designed to do a purpose. The Explorers for adventure, the Submariner for under the water, the Deep Sea for way under the water. The Air King that I own is meant to be a pilot's watch. So they all were designed. You've got dress watches. Could they be a tool watch because they're designed to be a dress watch? I don't think so, but you could argue the fact that it's designed for a purpose. And
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
To find someone that's going to kick them, Sasquatch talked about price point. And in Rolex price point, most of them are very high-end luxury that we don't want to pay for anything else unless it is a Rolex. Some other people would disagree and they have their favorite brands because they're not going to match an SKX up against a sub. And a sub is on my list, on my hit list. But for me, like Raymond and like Danny and a few others, it's my high-end luxury watch. I am not going to, I will wear these to school. I wore my Air King to school today. I'm not afraid because I'm in a job that's not going to be welding and driving forklifts. And you guys get that, and I get that. And so I can wear my whole collection to work. And
do you wear anything to bed?
No.
Okay.
He really means
Good to know.
no, he doesn't wear anything to bed.
Oh, sorry,
Anything.
I don't wear any watches.
Who does your research?
No. So if we decide to do a tactics like most YouTubers have, what is the best tool watch at $1,000, at $5,000, at $10,000? We didn't. The question posed, what will replace Rolex as the tool watch king? It's a hard one. I reckon we can all replace it at a price point, but I don't know if we can replace it as an icon.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think my prejudice coming out a little bit because for me Rolex has always been the
Definitely not.
top of the range, luxury watch, and I've never considered it a tool watch. So that's just my prejudice towards it, so.
Yeah, but from Rolex
There we go.
history, they are exactly that, because every Rolex model served a certain purpose, and it was back then the best for its purpose. They have been relatively cheaper than today, but the quality hasn't changed. So
Now, quality's always been there. It's just the price point has changed so much.
Yes.
That to my thinking, it's taken itself out of that.
Yeah, but it's
it's
when we are talking about car tools, and you say I can't afford a super expensive wrench, you're getting a cheaper wrench, which is the best one for your purpose and for your budget anyhow. So it doesn't mean that you always have to have the best tools, but you get the best tool for your purpose and for your budget.
You know my best tool I've got?
Yeah, good call.
Oh, here we
You
go.
know,
Chair
we'll
you're
just take
sitting
it,
in,
right?
Mr. GMT.
This will be good. Go on.
It's
No,
the chair
yeah, I
he's
agree
sitting
with
in.
you.
He can tell
Like I
time
said,
with it.
I
He can
got a
dive
little
to
bit
200
away
meters
from what
with it.
what
He
the
can
argument
measure
was
with it.
about.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time that you realize that Rolex is something pretty normal, and it came as a shock to me that there are brands out there that are far better than Rolex in terms of movements or in terms of construction and everything. So
True.
have an enjoyable
true.
trip, I can say.
Historically
All right,
speaking,
let's go to almost on time, which is a very interesting name.
Yes.
What is your thoughts on this?
Well, as you already know, with me, I think I would be looking at a Tudor or an Omega. I really like those watches. Price range, that's why I would look at them first, because that's where my price brackets would be stopping. And that's where I'm at the moment. But because of me being new in this, it was the confusion of what a tool watch was, etc. And even now, after what Kelvin was explaining, with the watch for certain functions, is Rolex going to be replaced? What's going to be the next tool watch? Is it an overall tool watch? Is it a standard diver? Because Rolex does all of it. What are you looking at? What company is going to do all of it, or is it you're going to have different watches replacing different things for the Rolex? As far as I'm concerned, it makes no difference. And I hope I don't offend anyone, but I don't really care. I don't wear a watch because of the brand. I wear a watch because I like it.
Yeah, and that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Mate, look, 5 days a week, I wear a G-Shock, I wear a Vostok, I wear an Invicta that I've put bits and pieces together just to keep it going. They're my work watches because I smack them around, I beat them around, and then I come home and I put on my favorite stuff. You know, like at the moment I've got a Boulevard Lunar Pilot on. Okay,
Nice watch.
I love it. I think it's great.
It's a nice watch.
And then earlier on, I was wearing the my.
I love that comment.
So,
Turtle.
yes.
Cruel words were never spoken.
So that's. I don't even. That's my.
We'll bring you up.
There you go. So that's. I've got two of these. So this is it's the shiny one. Doesn't have the date. And I've got the matte
which one's that one? What brand's that one?
Boulevard Lunar Pilot.
Okay, yep. That's a good looking watch, to be honest.
Yeah. So it's the shine one. It's all nice and shiny.
So it's a chrome one, all chromed up.
Yeah. Doesn't have a date, but the other one that I've got is exactly the same, but it's matte finish and it's got a date on it. I have a different strap on it, but I really like that.
I like different straps.
I've heard that about you, mate.
Yeah,
and
so.
And the other one's that you'll have to help me with this on Daniel, the Chase Dura. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Dura.
Yeah. Thank you. That one. And I actually just got that off Daniel, and I love it. It's been on my wrist every time I've come home, except for tonight when I put this one on. So it doesn't matter what's going to replace it as long as people like their watches. And I don't think there's anything that's going to replace Rolex as in a brand, because no matter what happens, Rolex is Rolex. As far as anything else goes, it's what you can afford and what you're happy to wear for everything.
That's right. Listen, there's no wrong or right answer. We're just putting it out there, just having a conversation and getting everyone's view on,
Well, this
is
like
really, it comes down to your tax bracket, what you can afford.
The most important thing is which one is a more comfortable to. Yeah, I won't get into the rest of that conversation. All right. Sands of time, my man. What are your thoughts on this, brother?
Yep. I guess when we look at a tool watch, we look at the specs, that's required. Do we need a 200 meters of water resistance, or is 100 meters water resistant enough?
Yes.
The watch needs to be clearly legible. It needs to be legible and we like to look at the dive watches. You know, the Rolex Submariner is a very it's a classic example. Tudor Black Bay 58 or whatever iteration, Pelagos, they're all divers. And I understand you have the timing functionality there, but for me, what can also make a good tool watch is just having that, just the legibility. So an IWC Mark 18, for example, that's a fantastic everyday watch, and that's what I use a tool watch for an everyday purpose. And this depends. It can be with a whole variety of people depending on their occupation, what they do. If you're a lawyer all day, I mean, for me, an everyday watch can just be a dress watch. And at one point, I was actually using, just a mere 30-meter water-resistant Grand Seiko. It was, I just used it as an everyday watch. I was wearing it every day. Obviously there was a honeymoon phase and everything, but for me, it was working every day. I'm not splashing in the water. I'm not doing any of that. What do I need? Obviously, when it comes to, a real reliable tool watch, we have to understand that mechanical watches, at the end of the day, if I get a hockey stick and I hit that mechanical watch, or if I get a mechanical watch and I drop it from standing height down, I've done this with the Seiko accidentally, my movement's gone. There's something wrong with the movement. It has to go back to a service. And that's where, the reliability of, let's say, a G-Shock comes into place, or let's say something like a Seiko Quartz. So, when you're looking at true beaters, things that can actually deal with a harsh environment, an environment, for example, almost on time works with a G-Shock is just the perfect tool watch there. So that's kind of my take on that.
Let's not dismiss some of the automatic watches, right? IWC makes some, Vermont makes some, Rolex certainly is up there. Some of the Omegas can put up with some pretty significant conditions. I mean, we've talked about this on some of the other shows. Tennis, golf, batting cages, those are not shock-free conditions. But yeah, you're not going to beat a computer on your wrist with a G-Shock. With that said, GMT, thank you for letting me on. I played hooky from some meetings. And
no worries. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet some of you gentlemen. Council, it's always good to see you. I'll expect my bill for this hour on air. I'll see you guys later. Jonathan, take care.
Thank you so much, my man. Take care. Have a lovely day.
Look, bottom line, I think if you want the definitive answer on that, I think we should go to the resident expert, and we should ask Hugo exactly. No, he says Rolex is going to remain the watch of the day. So
is that what it is? Is that the verdict?
That's the verdict.
It looks it.
Mr. GMT, you haven't asked me. You've left me out.
Always leave. You know what the funny thing is? I always leave you out because you've got so much to say that I thought, well, I'll leave you till last, and we'll see what you have to say. But
okay. I was just preparing
you have to control yourself. Okay.
Listen, Jonathan, you want some rights by a Dremel.
Yeah, I've just prepared some suggestions for tough watches which offer some good value depending on your budget, and my number one at the moment when we're talking far below Tudor prices is that one here. That is the Seiko SPB 143J.
Why is that? Is that good for masturbating?
No, but basically it is a Rolex Submariner, but for an affordable price. So with a discount, you get it around $1,000 or $1,100, and the quality is incredible.
Jonathan's already gotten to this one. Look at it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks a bit stained.
So an alternative to the Seiko. 1 second. If we are talking Rolex Submariner prices, but Rolex Submariner list prices. I'm just trying to throw this in, Glacito Original CQ, which is a luxury watch, movement better than a Rolex Submariner, retail around Rolex Submariner, but you can get it for retail or for a discount.
That's a nice looking watch.
That is a nice looking watch.
Yeah. So a third suggestion.
That's a German brand, right? Tell the boys because I don't know.
Brand Glacito Original. So my favorite is on on this strap. 1 second.
Oh, we've got trouble here. Peruka's in the friggin' chat. We're fucked.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm off.
Jesus.
So, yeah, and I have another Seiko, which is in a Tudor price bracket, but I totally like that. So we're talking about $4,000 now. 1 second.
Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We've got a friend of mine. Can you just hold on a second?
Yeah.
Are you storing this
There's a
watch?
guy in the chat. There's a guy in the panel. His name's Toyota Mo. Is this real Toyota Mo?
I get literally no respect from Jonathan. None whatsoever.
What?
No one does.
I'm supposed to be introduced and everybody.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You need
I don't
this. Wait a
understand
minute.
what's
Wait a
going
minute.
on here. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on here. Thank you.
We've got Toyota Mo.
He deserves,
No.
man.
Sorry, I wanted just to say hi and congratulations on the show, Mr. GMT. I'm on my way to work actually. It's fucking
Thank you, my man.
6:55 in the morning here. I'm like 20 minutes late to work, so I'm hauling ass.
Oh shit.
But yeah, man, just love what you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Will do, my man. I've got a great bunch of
And,
people like
yeah,
yourself
don't let Jonathan
supporting
put
me, and I
to
really
sleep, man.
appreciate
Come
it.
on, you know, it's just I'm trying to. Yeah, can you just tell Jonathan just to keep it like short, simple, sweet, please?
I tried to. I left him till last. I was hoping he didn't realize I forgot him. I left him out.
I'm trying to stay awake here. You know, it's like I said. It's 6:55 here. I don't get it.
I get you, man. I get you.
What's on the wrist, Mo?
But
What are you wearing, bro?
hold on. All right, let me see if I can do this safely.
So not only we have Peruka now going after me, now it's Toyota Mo as well.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'll take a runner if you want.
Hey, there it is. It's OP.
The Tiffany Blue OP.
Yeah, boy. That's
so
what I'm
much
talking
for
about, Toyota.
That's right. All right, guys.
Thank you
Well,
very much
that
for
would've
jumping on,
taken-
brother. I don't
Take
want you to
care,
have an
okay?
accident.
That would have
the
taken
last
some
thing I
effort doing all that.
all right, love you guys. Take care. Okay.
Take care,
See you guys.
brother.
Bye bye, Toyota.
Talk to you
Sorry
later, my
for
man.
not
Bye,
noticing you.
It's okay, Jonathan. Just don't let it happen again. Thank you.
Can I say a quick hello as well before Jonathan continues, because he will continue for about 2 hours. Omar is in the house, and I'd like to say a quick hello to Omar. He's a good friend of mine. I really do appreciate you jumping on and watching the show. You did last week, you're doing this week, and I do thank you so much for your support. I thank everybody for their support, man. There's so many wonderful people that are just joining and supporting, and I do thank all of you guys. We've got 20 people watching, and it's I'm pretty impressed actually seeing so many people coming on. You guys rock. Thank you so much. I won't hold up Jonathan enough because we're gonna go way over time. So Jonathan, take the floor, my man.
All yours.
Okay, just two more watches. Has been mentioned before. Zinn, one of my favorites is the U1, made of German submarine steel, tough as hell, and I really like the design. Last one, I tried to.
That's actually quite nice.
Thank you very much. If that comes from you, that is a compliment.
But see, I do like. See, a lot of people don't like where the crown is at 4. I actually like it because it doesn't dig into your hand as much when it's on your wrist. I really do like that. So
particularly when you're masturbating, yes, I know.
Listen, when I'm masturbating, I like to swap hands. So I wear 2 watches.
Okay. So this one is also a favorite of mine. This is in the $4,000 price bracket. It's quite pricey, but in my opinion, a good deal. That is a re-edition of the first Seiko diver watch, very rugged and basically cheaper than the original edition, which had a kind of gray dial.
What's
in my
the
opinion,
thickness on that one?
Say it again.
What's the thickness on that one? It doesn't look very thick.
13
not that thick.
It's the same as a Tudor.
I've owned this watch. I had it for a good 3 weeks. Why this is a good tool watch is
Only
because
3 weeks.
Solid 3 weeks.
only 3 weeks and things happen. But anyway, why this is a good tool watch is because it features pretty much a metal. It's a Seiko proprietary. It's called Ever Brilliant Steel. Essentially, it features pretty much more corrosion resistance than you would get, let's say, with Rolex's 904L stainless steel. But it's also quite luxurious in the brushing as well, because it has a very nice luster. People like to compare it to white gold. I think that's the biggest standout here for the watch is, the materials used here. And you get a Grand Seiko movement inside.
Exactly, yes.
Hang on, can I quickly, before you continue, just Muhammad Ali's in the house. Thank you so much for joining us, man. I love you, brother. Duke Ted, another good fellow friend of mine I've known for a while too. Thank you for joining us.
He says it's 14 millimeters, but the dome of the crystal is quite high. Hello, Duke Ted and Muhammad Ali. So, in my opinion, this is also a very, very nice watch and an alternative.
It's beautiful. I really do like that. It's nice too. Very nice. Very blocky. Do you notice it's very blocky, or is it just?
Yeah, but that is basically the design out of the 1960s. So think of a Rolex Submariner, the first one with a big crown, and basically Rolex doing that again. That is basically that watch.
Well, there you go.
So the design is now 60 years old, still looking great. So good to go for the next 60 years.
So would you say it's sexy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
What is the price point on this piece?
Around 4,000.
Okay, so yeah, you're getting into entry-level luxury, maybe, if that's an appropriate term.
Well, I was trying to find an alternative to the Tudor Black Bay, basically.
Yeah, no, this is beautiful, and that's what Tudor does, right? I mean, people are calling them the homage to Rolex, but I watched a good Theo and Harris episode, I think, a couple of days ago, where they said they've always been. Christian said they've always been. I don't know if homage is the right word, but basically using the design cues from the Rolex as their sister brand as the cheaper alternative, or less expensive. I want to say cheap, less expensive alternative, because they are expensive to almost on time's point. These are not inexpensive. I think this is a beautiful watch as well. And
some time. Why did you sell it after 3 weeks?
I'll tell you, it's a very picky reason, but this is a handmade. Well, at least when you look at the dial details and everything, this is essentially a Grand Seiko, and they hand apply the lume, right? And when they did that process, like if you look at the 12 o'clock marker, you'll notice that with my example, the lume was very patchy and hilly, and essentially, how do I explain it? It looked like black marks were on the lume. The lume itself is excellent. This is probably the best lume you'll get on a dive watch.
Yes. Seiko makes the best lume in the market.
Yeah, Seiko Lumi Bright. Yeah, it's number one.
So better than Rolex?
Yes. No doubt about that.
100%. Yeah, and essentially just the patchiness of the lume. Every time I looked at the wrist, I saw this patchiness. I just don't understand why they wouldn't machine apply that lume. Why did you need to go that extra step of, hand applying it? And that's pretty much the main reason why I sold it, because I would literally see an imperfection every time I look down to see the time. That's pretty much
every time I look down, I see an imperfection as well, my man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not very good for me, man. I'm not very happy about that.
Okay, Mr. GMT, I made my case.
Okay, are you done now? Thank fuck for that. Okay. All right, everything's done. Everything's said. Anyone wants to jump on, they can. Listen, thank you very much for coming on the show. I try and keep them at an hour or an hour and a half. It was a wonderful show to have everyone here. If you want to jump on and talk about anything else, you're more than welcome to at the moment. You have got anything else you want to talk about while we're here? Well, we can... do you want to continue talking about something else? Or if not, we can shut it down and talk in the back room, or...
I wanted to talk about the doll collection.
Back end's pretty good. Huh?
Can I just talk about the chat? And
yes.
Chat, Maynard Goff has talked about the Tag Octavia as being
they're great watches too.
A great watch, and we know that Timely has got one of those.
He wears his to work.
Yeah, I got one.
Hey, McLovin's in the house. Hey, brother, how are you? Hope you're staying sexy, brother.
So what was the question about it?
It wasn't a question. It's just that Maynard, Mr. Goff, talked about it being a functional, legible, well-built workhorse.
Yeah, it is.
And
was he talking about his dick or the watch?
No, he's talking about the tag, Octavia.
Okay.
So it has a ETA 2824 in it that's chronometer certified, ceramic bi-directional bezel. The indices are loom, so they're constructed. It's all loom. There's no border on them or anything. It's just that's the luminova that's dried there. It's crazy watch. I use it at work. I use it around here. Accurate as I can time things with it really good. The bezel has great functionality. It fits good on the wrist. It's a good size for an average wrist size. I've got it on the brown leather, and it has the tag ones. You can just pull like a little switch at the bottom, and they just quick release. I really
does it
like
keep good time? As many years as you've had it, has it kept a good time?
Minus 2 seconds a day.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well, that's good. Is there anything else?
No.
Yeah, a couple of things. The Sasquatch reckons that that watch stands and watch cabinets must be bought in bulk by Aussie collectors. Timely would disagree.
Yeah. We're still working on. We're still working on it.
You can never have too many cabinets.
Listen, you guys, listen, I can't talk about cabinets because if you look around me, right? If you look around my fucking stupid, I can't really talk shit about anyone. So have a look at this. I've got to show this just quickly. Yeah, I can't talk about it. Look at this, man. I've got cabinets fucking everywhere. For fuck's sakes.
Dolls everywhere.
So, yeah. But in saying that...
his blow-up ones are in the other cabinet.
Hey, listen. I'm trying to keep it PG as much as I can. I don't want people to know my secrets because the more that people know about me, the more they can use against me. So my blow-up dolls, by the way, guys, are in the other room because when you've been with your wife for over... I've been with my wife since 1995, believe it or not, right? And as you know, the longer you're with them, the less you get.
Still on your honeymoon.
What do you mean I'm still on my honeymoon? How long have you been married, bro? You're 60 years old. How long have you been married?
1978.
Okay.
40
Don't make him do
years
the
or something.
Jesus Christ, you're really fucking showing your age now, for fuck's sakes.
Mr. GMT, tomorrow is my 22nd wedding anniversary.
60 as well.
22nd.
Hey, Jonathan, just put it out there. You, my man, are still a baby in marriage. That's what I've got to say compared to
tomorrow is my
Timex.
22nd wedding anniversary.
You got married in what year?
2000.
2000.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Well
Congratulations, mate. I'll give you a clap.
Still on your honeymoon.
22, not out. Not out.
Thank you.
That's fantastic to hear. I've been married since 99, so I'll beat you again. There you go. You can't get one over me. And I've been with her since 1995, so that's pretty good. Considering I'm not as old as Timex. So that's pretty good.
AMG says that Richard Mill is the best tool watch, but he doesn't know anyone who wears one that isn't a tool. So,
Yeah, that makes sense. Hang on. He's still, Richard Mill's watches are all fucking shaped like coffins, aren't they?
Well, no.
They're all shaped like fish tanks.
They're shaped like something. I don't know if they're shaped like coffins. I know the ones that actually are shaped like coffins, and that they're Ventians, and they're right. They're done by Australians. Not done by Australians, designed by Australians, but made by somebody else. But they're shaped like a coffin, aren't they? They're Venti.
Yeah, well, there's a perfect tool watch. That's designed for a specific purpose.
Well,
Bury your tool in.
I don't know. I don't know. They got Anyway, I don't want to get into that because it's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
To fill the chat in, one of the boys in our watch group is an undertaker, a funeral director, and we hope to never need these services in the near future.
Hang on, wait a minute. So this guy actually dresses the corpses and stuff? Is that what he does?
I don't know his full job, but he does funeral services, and he's always offered his services. But we've
At a
declined.
discount.
Yeah,
At a
we get a
discount.
discount.
Do you get a discount? Are you for real?
Yeah.
You know how expensive it is to bury someone? I know. No, but
Yes.
my father passed away. But I don't want to get there. But it's expensive, man. It's not cheap, eh?
Yeah, I know.
I've got
Holy
mum back
shit.
here.
That's why I'm broke. I can't afford another watch this year.
It's
I
who you know.
kept mum back here. It's okay.
But you cremated it. Us
didn't
Greeks, we
work.
don't cremate, right? We have to bury our,
Yeah, we are not allowed to keep an urn in the house.
Yeah, we're not allowed. It's against our thing. But there's nothing, I don't hold against anyone. I'm just saying we're not allowed. It's just it's a thing that they do, you know?
Basically, Mrs. GMT is keeping a living urn in her house.
Listen,
so.
Mrs. GMT, she said to me, once I'm deceased and gone, all right, she doesn't want to have, she's going to sell all this shit that's around me, all right, and get as much money as she can, all right, and live a happy life.
And then have a toy boy.
You got to understand, GMT, it's not because she doesn't want to keep all your shit around. It's just she doesn't want all those memories to keep flooding back.
I don't know if it's good. They
No,
good
that's a
memories.
lot of shit. That didn't work, did it?
I don't think it worked. I don't think there's any fucking memories there. I think it's a lot of shit. I think she just wants the money. She looks at that and she just thinks of dollar signs. You know the funny thing was? When I actually moved all this shit, I smashed a few statues and my daughter was laughing at me, right? And because she was laughing at me, I go, you know who's going to have the last laugh? I am, because I'm not going to fix the fuckers because I've got to send them down to Brisbane to get them fixed. I said, I'm not going to fix them. And you guys, when you go to sell them, going to get jack shit for him. So just remember that. She was like, ha. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. Fucking, yeah, you want to have a laugh at me, mate. I'll tell you.
That's one of the recurring nightmares I have, that my wife, when I die, my wife will sell my watches for what I told her I paid for them and not what I actually did. So, you know, it's always a scary thought.
Well, by the way, just to say something, you're getting rid of most of your watches, aren't you, now, to get something, you know, that you really want?
I'm getting rid of. Well, it's funny. I started counting them the other day, and like I said, when Kelvin and I first spoke, when Kelvin started collecting, I had about 159, 160 watches. I've sold off quite a few. I was sitting there counting them the other day, and I got to 129, and I thought, how the fuck is this possible? I haven't even got to the suitcases yet.
What?
This is just
what?
This is just what's in the cabinet.
You
and
got fucking suitcases?
Yeah, I've got suitcases full.
Can I just say thank you very much, Mohammed? That was a kind thing to say, my man. Thank you so much, brother. You're a sexy motherfucker. Okay, let's keep him going. I just had to put it out there. It was a nice thing you said. But you got suitcases? Are you for fucking real?
Yeah, I had to, because I got my grandkids living with us at the moment. I've had to put a lot of stuff away.
You know, that must be very hard to masturbate, don't you think?
You've got to be very careful.
Yeah.
I use a lot of Vaseline. I use a lot of Vaseline in this house. I put it on the door handle so they can't open the door.
Well, that's smart, but you use it on other things as well. Isn't that right?
Well, there's always left over in the jar. You got to do something with it.
You got to do something. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree there, man. Vaseline's the best. You know, if I ever got an ass rash, my dad used to put Vaseline straight on my ass.
Don't use those trigger words, just like Vaseline or penis here on the show. Because
listen, Vaseline, I used to put it on my ass to get rid of my rash. You know, but you can use it for other things with your ass as well.
Where
so
did
that's
that
what I'm
rash
saying.
come from in the first place?
Rubbing things up and down it.
Can I tell you something? You obviously haven't lived in Darwin. Darwin is I'm sweating right now. My legs are running down with sweat. Right? It's going through my fucking balls. Like I laser the fucking things and they're going down my legs. Can you imagine how I am right now? I'm sweating fucking buckets right now, man. Seriously. You don't understand what I have to go through every fucking day. You don't understand.
You should probably change rash to chafing instead.
Oh, and the reason for that?
Well, because that way they're not going to think, they're not going to think you, exactly what you like actually. So it doesn't really matter.
Listen. I like people for their imaginations to run wild, right? So if I talk about my rash, whatever they want to think of, they can think of. They're entitled to think of whatever the fuck they want. I've got no problem with that. That's their own imagination. But if they're that fucked up and they're happy to talk about that. Well, there you go. That's what happens, right? That's all I got to say about that. That's the end of that story. But by the way, if you wanna get less friction when you're in that sort of situations, just laser. Remember laser. All right. Anyone? Okay. We're gonna call it a night. What are we doing? Are we done? How are we doing it? Hang on, I'll just drop the link just in case anyone else wants to jump on.
Yeah, anyone that wants to come backstage and have a chat, have a whinge and a wine.
Yeah.
And
so there's the link right there, boys. I'd just like to say a special thank you to all the people that have joined us tonight. Thank you so much. It was wonderful to have everyone on the chat and joining us. I try to do my best. I'm still trying to work all this shit out, man. I'm still nervous every time I come on. So just 1 second there. We've got Shot in the Dark, my man. How are you going? The link to all the channels. How you going?
I'm doing good.
How's things, mate? Hang on. I'll give you a special.
Howdy, Shot.
Hey, how you
going, Shot? We got Gary as well. Hey, going? I got to give you your clap as well, Gary. There we go, Gary as well. Thank you. How you going, mate?
Oh, it's good. Just wanted to hop on and say you're doing a great job with our GMT. You've given a great hours entertainment.
Oh, well, I'm trying my best, my man. I keep on fucking it up. I've got to let the boys do their thing. And Ali, thank you very much for taking time out of your work day to actually join us. I really do appreciate that. Captain as well. Captain's taking time out of his work day. He's my main man. He's where, can I tell you something? In this whole community, he's probably my best friend. And I can confide in him with anything. And I really do appreciate you jumping on and taking time out of your work day, my man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for hosting the show.
Well, I hope you weren't bored or anything like that. It was a pretty good debate. I like that. That we had a bit of a debate. It was pretty cool. I really did enjoy that.
Covered a lot of different angles and a lot of different watches too.
Well,
Effectively, Late has almost all of them.
The unique thing that we got here right now, we've got a different variety of people that collect watches in different variety of aspects of collecting. Right? We don't have just the one side of collecting. So that's what makes it really unique, and I really enjoyed that the look on both ends, and it was nice to have that bit of a debate between the two. I really do appreciate that. It's nice to see that. It gets the juices flowing. It's a great thing to do, you know. So I did really enjoy that. By the way, before we go, I'd like to get Gary's and Shots. What would they use as a tool watch, and what do they have as a tool watch to use if they do need to do anything around the house or at work? Who wants to go first? Get Shot or Gary?
Gary, go ahead. Go first. I tend to use I have two Tudors, a GMT and a Black Bay 58, and they would be pretty much my tool watches. They're what I would wear on a daily basis. But a few weeks ago, I got this Explorer 2, and it sort of is taking the place of the other two. I've been wearing it probably the last couple of weeks now. So,
can you show us what you got on your wrist?
Explorer 2.
Beautiful. I love it. I want to get one, and that's a Polo, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that the current model? Or is that the older model?
No, this is 2015.
Oh, beautiful. I want to get one of those.
I have to say it.
What the fuck am I on for?
Probably from the investment point of view, just thought it was good value for money compared to any other Rolexes on the grey market.
I agree. Can I just, sorry to interrupt, Gary. I just want to say he's a good friend of mine. I haven't spoken to him for a while, and every now and then he puts a few nice comments on my post on Instagram and Facebook. So thank you very much. Quicker than drawing. Thank you, man. We miss you, man. We miss you wholeheartedly. If you ever want to jump on, man, just give me a message, and you're more than welcome to jump on, brother. Love you. Okay, let's go. So that's what you like to use? Is that what you use normally?
Perfect. So what about Shot?
Shot.
I have a recent acquisition. I have the.
You have?
Yeah, the Seiko SRPB 143.
Can we bring that up? Can you look that up, respectively?
Yes, I can. Tell me which one it is again.
Come on, do your job.
The
shout out.
SRPB 143.
Okay,
We talked. Y'all talked about it a little bit earlier.
It's the SPB 143.
Yeah.
Yep.
SP 143.
Yep.
Laurie, how you going, buddy, my man? Thank you for joining us.
It's a good watch. Keeps good time, and it doesn't get too bothered about much.
Do you have it there yet? Respectfully?
Yeah, I got it. Well,
Where is it?
Can we see it?
Get your shit together, mate. Captain's got to go back to work. Hurry the fuck up.
I'm working it.
Yeah, I do. Good point. I may have to drop, guys.
Yeah, I know, man. I understand.
All right, Captain.
I've been thinking about you the whole time. Don't worry.
No.
Hey, quick.
Show, man. Don't worry about me.
Go for it. It's there.
Yeah.
There.
Beautiful.
Oh, you got this. You got this.
Oh,
Well
nice.
Yeah.
done.
Beautiful.
That's a gorgeous
Congrats.
watch.
Congratulations, Josh.
Congratulations, my man.
Yeah. To say, it's a good working watch. Not any trouble. It's just, scratches the itch, shall we say?
Yeah, I agree. Very nice. Congrats, my man. Congrats.
I've been wearing the Polar quite a bit.
Your Polar's I know the story about your Polar. One day when we get a bit of a chance, we'll do a bit of a rundown of the people that don't know about what's happened with that. But we're running to the end of the show. I want to try and keep it at the one and a half hour mark. It's getting close to that. So in saying that, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that was part of the show, and thank you for coming and making time for Ali, Cap. They're working as well. That's thing. Gary just dropped in. Everyone. What's that one? What are you holding there?
Scotch Down Under. I think I have the exact watch, the Type A Flieger.
Yes, he's got that. He loves that watch. He shows it all the time.
Honorable mention, the Doxer Sub 300T. Great tool watch.
Beautiful.
1,300 meters water resistant. Crazy.
Just enough.
When are you going to use that in the shower?
I've actually been using it in the shower, to be honest.
Do you use it on the toilet? Do you use it on the toilet?
What do you mean? Do I time my shits? Sometimes maybe it's a good metric.
I time my wanks.
Oh, God.
I just thought I'd put it out there. Anyway, guys, all I got to say is thank you so much for joining us. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I did fuck it up again a little bit, but you get that. I'm still trying to work out all the kinks and all the cracks. And I thank you for everyone for taking their time to join us. And I hope you are starting your work day. And I hope you have a wonderful day today on a Friday, and get ready for the weekend. We're just ending our weekend, our day to start our weekend as well. So thank you again, and I'd like to say thank you to everyone on the panel for making time, and we'll hopefully do it again next week if you're enjoying it. If you've got any requests or anything, leave us a comment, leave us a like, tell your friends, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up helps a lot. We really do appreciate that, and everyone on the chat. If it wasn't for the guys on the panel, this wouldn't be happening right now, because I didn't really think I'll be able to do it without them, and I really do appreciate all their help and support. So in saying that, thank you very much, and we'll end it up with a word from my little commercial that I have from which is I'm sponsoring myself. And have a good night, a good day, and a wonderful weekend. And I love you guys. And remember, always stay sexy. And if you stay sexy, you will feel sexy. So remember, stay sexy. It's very important. Take care, guys, and ciao.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at Tip Top Snack Bar!